Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to the Phillipsburg Junior Library. It's time for a story. We're going to the Caribbean again. Today's story is The Night Owl and the Rooster, a Haitian legend. It's retold and illustrated by Charles Reasoner. A long time ago, on the island called Haiti, there lived a little owl named Cuckoo. Cuckoo was very sad and lonely. Although others of his kind danced and flew in the moonlight, Cuckoo would come out only in the darkest night. Cuckoo believed he was too ugly to show his face, even in the soft silver light of the moon. It happened this way. One bright afternoon, Cuckoo was dozing in the thicket when suddenly a hummingbird flew straight into the sleepy little owl. The hummingbird screeched, "Ah!" rang back in alarm. "Cuckoo!" hooted Cuckoo, equally startled. I beg your pardon." "Well, I should say so," exclaimed the hummingbird, soothing her feathers. "A face like yours would scare the feathers off of anyone. I'm surprised I'm not as bald as a vulture head." "Oh," said Cuckoo, "am I really that ugly? You're so ugly, I hope never to see your face again." The hummingbird gave Cuckoo a peck with her sharp beak and darted away. No one had ever told Cuckoo that he was ugly before. Shaking, he leaned over to see his reflection in the small pool next to the thicket. But as he moved, a tiny tropical fish zipped off in the frightening streak. "So it is true," Cuckoo said sadly. "I even scared the fish." And he resolved never again to show his face in the light. For some months, he stayed well hidden during the day and kept to the shadows at night, coming out only when the moon was down. One evening, just after sunset, Cuckoo heard a soft, sad chichiri, chichiri. He hopped to the edge of the thicket to see who was crying. Nestled among the leaves of a nearby palm was a lovely swallow. "Swallow, why are you crying?" called Cuckoo. "Oh, Owl, the day was so beautiful that I flew and I flew and flew farther than I've ever been. But now the sun is gone and I can't find my way back home." "That's no problem," replied Cuckoo. "I see perfectly well at night. I'll show you the way home." So Swallow, whose name was Drina, told him where she lived with her family in the mangrove forest, and Cuckoo flew with her there. Luckily, it was a moonless night, so Cuckoo didn't have to worry about scaring Drina with his ugly face. As they flew, he chattered and told her funny stories about his friend Rouge, a rooster who liked to court the ladies. Soon, she was laughing and chattering too. When they arrived at her family's mangrove, she thanked him and said she would see him again. Sure enough, the next evening, she was sitting in the thicket calling for him. "Aren't you frightened?" It's nearly dark," said Cuckoo. "Oh, now that I know the way, the dark doesn't scare me. Besides, I want to hear more of your stories." They talked and laughed for hours before he flew her home again. After that, she came often to visit him. It was not long before Cuckoo knew that he loved Drina. But still, he was careful not to show his face. lest she become frightened and never want to see him again. So on nights when the moon was full, he would make some excuses why he could not come out and fly with her. One evening, she came to his ticket with news of a party. My parents know how fond I am of you, so they are giving a party in your honor. Please say you will come, Cuckoo. Coo, coo. Of course I will come. Cuckoo was delighted. No one had ever given a party for him before. But later, as he counted the days, he realized the party would be on the night of the full moon. Coo, coo, coo. Whatever will I do? Cried Cuckoo. If I don't go to the party, Trina will think I don't like her. But if I go, she will see how ugly I am. Either way, I will never see her again. He went to see his old friend, the rooster, for advice. Rouge did not know what the fuss was all about. He had never thought that Cuckoo was particularly ugly. Still, he had seen Drina and he thought she was the most beautiful bird. He dearly wanted a chance to quote her. Your problems are solved, my friend, announced Rouge. You will wear a large hat to hide your face. I will go with you to warn you when the dawn is coming, so you can slip away before the sun comes up. Rouge popped the hat over Cuckoo's face and slipped it almost to his shoulders. Rouge, you are a genius. This hat is so big, I can hardly see myself. Surely no one else can see me. Cuckoo was so happy to solve his dilemma that he completely forgot about Rouge's reputation with the ladies. The day of the party came, and when evening flew, Cuckoo and Rouge came to the clearing where the party was held. As Cuckoo glanced up at Rouge, he had a moment of doubt. Rouge was so handsome and confident. What if Drina decided she loved him instead? Cuckoo, I am so glad to see you. Come and dance with me. Drina ran up to him and took him by the wings, and she pulled him away without even glancing at Rouge. Off they went to the beat of the conga drums. Cuckoo loved the music and loved dancing. He had often danced in the full moon just for the fun of it, but that was long ago before he found out how ugly he was. Cuckoo was so happy to be dancing in the moonlight that with his beautiful Drina that he forgot about his ugliness. But after a while, Rouge's heavy hat began to weigh him down on him and make him feel very tired. If only he could just lie down and rest for a few moments. It's been so long since I've danced that I've really become very tired, Cuckoo said to Drina. Just let me rest a while when we will dance again. Oh, Cuckoo, Drina said, I don't want to dance without you. Cuckoo motioned to Rouge. Rouge will dance with you. Won't you, my friend? This was just what Rouge had been waiting for. He had danced with many lovely birds that evening, but none was so lovely and beautiful as Drina. As Rouge turned away to dance with Drina, Cuckoo whispered to him, don't forget your promise to warn me when the sun is about to rise. Don't worry, said Rouge. Leave everything to me. Cuckoo lay down with the hat well over his face. As he closed his eyes, he realized how very tired he was. Before long, he had fallen asleep to the rhythm of the conga drums. While Cuckoo slept, who sailed and strutted and pulled out every charm he had. He was sure no female could resist him. Still, Drina often forgot to laugh at his joke because she was so busy looking over at sleeping Cuckoo. Rouge didn't like it when Drina looked away. He had one other trick, and he decided he would use it. He would wake Cuckoo, all right, but he would crow the sunrise after the sun had cleared the mountains. In the full daylight, Cuckoo would surely rush off to hide himself. Then Drina would be hurt and think Cuckoo didn't care for her at all. Of course, Rouge would offer his wings to comfort the Drina, and so he did just that. Just as the sun rose over the mountains, he gave his call. Cuckoo! Cuckoo! Coo! 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 Exclaimed Cuckoo as he woke with a start. He sat up so suddenly that the hat came right off his head. Cuckoo! The hat! Yelled Rouge. Oh no! Said Cuckoo as he felt his bare head with his wing. Everyone was looking at him, and the sun was shining full in his face. He gathered himself to flee, but as he did, he saw Rouge's rings right out to enfold Drina. At last, he remembered Rouge's reputation. If I go, he will try to make Drina love him, thought Cuckoo. But if I stay and let her look at my ugly face, she will never want to talk to me again. What will I do? And then a thought came to him. How could Drina ever truly love him unless she knew all of him, even his ugly face? Was it fair to run away without even giving her a chance? Slowly, he walked towards Drina and offered her his wing. I am so sorry I slept so long. Will you dance with me once more before the party's over? And Drina looked at him as if she could never look at him enough. And Cuckoo could hardly believe it. Her eyes was full of love. Coo! Why have you hidden your beautiful face under that huge, heavy hat all night? Without a backward glance, she took his wing and they began to dance to the sweet sounds of the Congo. Many years after that night, Cuckoo avoided the daylight. He didn't want to run into any more nasty-tempered hummingbirds, but never again did he hide his face from the bright light of the full moon or from his beloved Drina. The Caribbean island, Haiti. Music plays an important role in the story of Night Owl and the Rooster, as owls use the beats of the Congo to court his lovely lady love. Just as in the legend, music plays an integral part in the everyday lives of the Haitian people. Today, Haitians harvest their crops as their ancestors did in Africa to the sound of music and singing. This combination of work and play is called combite. The people of Haiti farm as much of their land as they can, but a large portion of the land is mountainous. In fact, the name Haiti comes from an Arawak word meaning high ground. In some places, the slopes are so steep that the farmers must anchor themselves with rope to keep from sliding down the hills. Coffee and cacao, the seeds used to make chocolate, are grown in the mountains, while the sugar cane is harvested in the valley. Although Haiti was once blanketed with forests, few remains. Tropical rainforests are scattered at high elevations where mahogany, cedar, and rosewood grow. Haiti's small animal population includes lizards, ducks, wild pigeons, and flamingos. Haiti is located on the island of Hispaniola in the Caribbean Sea. On Christmas Day, 1492, Christopher Columbus' ship, the Santa Maria, ran aground near the present-day city of Captain Haitian. His crew used the ship's timber to build a fort which Columbus named Fort Navidad. Today, Haiti is populated by descendants of former slaves brought to the island by the French colonists. Haitian Creole, a language that has its roots in French, is widely spoken on the island. Boys and girls, come back next week to It's Time for a Story. We have a blessed weekend.